All right, so my next self-care project is to declutter my pantry, and I'm doing this right now because I really don't have a lot in my pantry, but it's gotten to be kind of a disaster. Let me show you what it presently looks like. This is basically the product of stuffing. We have no rhyme or reason. I tried to establish a place to organize things down here, but as you can see, everything is just a mess. And these are my spices, which, yeah. So I'm just gonna take everything out tonight, and that will get the ball rolling. And then hopefully once everything is out and I can clean this space, then that will give me the motivation that I need to start creating a system and making an organization for myself that will work a lot better than what I presently have. Hello, it's Saturday, January the 15th, and I am at the Family Dollar. I'm just running in really quickly to see if I can find some cheap white spray paint for my wire shelving in my pantry. So let's go see what we can find. So I found these 2 cans of $1.60 just cheapy little white spray paint, so that will match our white that we're doing inside the pantry, so everything will just look newer, fresher, and super excited. And this price fits in my low spend January month, so very happy. Now to get home and get busy. So I am home now, and we actually got busy and did a whole bunch of work, and I didn't film anything during that time. So, before, entire table covered with all the things that I had pulled out of my pantry, and now it's empty. So let me show you what we have done. So first thing that I did after I pulled everything out was Joe came in here with a roller and painted the walls and touched up everything. It was just kind of dirty. We washed it, and then we spray painted to get the spots that were hard to get, and especially these wire shelves. They had some rust spots on them, and so we spray painted those with just that cheap spray paint that I found at the Family Dollar. And we also spray painted my step shelves, which this is kind of a temporary solution because I'm going to be ordering some other things on Amazon, but it does help. So before, I kind of had my stuff in here, not in any sort of zone. And just like the refrigerator, if you watched my refrigerator organization video before Christmas, I'll put that up here in the corner and also down in the description if you'd like to watch it. But creating zones helps. So basically, this shelf right here, I've just got similar things stacked in front of each other so that they're more easy to find. Or I try to put, things together that I would use in the same type of meal. So I have coconut milk back there. I have bean sprouts. Those are for Asian foods. Then I have my tomato paste, and I have some tomatoes down here. And then I stacked all of my canned meats here, different types of beans, the same ones going back in that row. And then over here I have my bottled things, my vinegars, and I just stuck that box over there of taco things because it fits. Up here I have my spices, and I just kind of did that by size right now, but I'm getting some decanters, some bottles that I can decant the spices into for later. I also have dry goods over here, pastas, rice. I've got couscous, I have quinoa, breadcrumbs, and my rolled oats. So I'm getting some containers for those as well, the things that I use the most. are going to go in containers later on, but we're not going to be buying those until January is over with. I have baking mixes over here, and there's also a container back there of rice. And then my top shelf here is baking items. These are all baking. I do baking. When I do it, I do a whole bunch at once, and then I won't do it for a while. So it's all up here. I've been using these. These are Tupperware, and they are amazing. I love them. So they're just for my flour and my sugar. So I just kept those as is. I'm not going to buy any new containers for those because I really like the way they're working. And then I just have everything else in one little tub here. These are actually cloths. I don't know if I'm going to keep these here. I may be moving those. Those are cleaning cloths. And then down here, I have a container of potatoes and onions. I have my Cuisinart because I don't use my food processor every day, but I want it to be easy to access. A place for me to put seltzers that are not in the fridge yet. And then I've started storing paper goods down here. So that's kind of what's down there right now. I don't know if it'll stay that way. These over here are spice packets that I have from different things. Some of them are left over from HelloFresh that we didn't use them. Others are ones I've purchased from Thrive Market. And then I have my Himalayan salt, thing of spaghetti that just didn't fit very well on the shelf, and French onion soup in a box because it fits well. Basically things that fit well up here. I have seen a lot of people use this for bottled goods. I may end up doing that later when I buy my containers to put everything in, but for right now the bottles down here is working very well for me. So we'll see once my containers arrive if I want to change this out and put all my bottled goods here. I was trying to put spices here and it just got to be a mess. It wasn't working at all. So I like this much better. I'm about to buy some like actual spice shelves that are like tiered shelves for my spices. And like I was saying, the containers for dry goods, and then a bin that has a top part for onions and a bottom part that's bigger for potatoes. It's made out of bamboo, so it should be good here. One of the problems that we had in this particular pantry is not only that it's small, but also that when you shut the door, it tends to hold in moisture, and that hasn't been very good for keeping everything fresh. We've had some problems with like things getting into our potatoes and onions, and then mold growing on things, and then we have bugs. And so it's all clean now, and I'm hoping just to keep it aired out well enough. But if I have containers that have less of a tendency to disintegrate or have things grow on them, then I think that will work a lot better than what we were doing in the past. Okay, so let me show you. I did tell you that I had more pantry things. I have redone this as well because I ended up pulling everything out of here. These are the things that I use like on an everyday basis. So things I want to be able to grab more easily. I have my oils in here, my cooking spray, my baking powder I just kind of put up there. I may end up moving that, but then these are my spices that I use all the time. And my salt, and pepper, my Asian spice. I have some balsamic back there, and then I use my chopper all the time, so I just stuck it up there. These are emergency candles, so that they're easy to grab when I need them. And then this is like snacks and little packets of things that wouldn't really fit very well in our pantry, wouldn't stay put, and especially things that have already been opened. And I have some like salad toppings and different things like that here. So yeah, that's my like easy access cabinet, because I do a lot of my prep right here on this surface. So sorry, this isn't completely cleaned off, but I do a lot of my food prep right here, and then I just turn around and pull it over here to the oven area. So that works very well, having that right there. So phase 1, or I guess you could call it phase 2 of the pantry organization, is finished. And then the final phase will be when we can order the containers. So I will update you on that when we get to the end of the month and show you what it looks like when it's completely done. I'm going to head to bed now because I'm tired. It's actually early, but I just really feel like I want to go to bed early tonight, get plenty of sleep. So I will catch up with you guys later. Okay, so these are containers, airtight food storage containers. It looks like it's from the brand Praki, Praki, which I believe is a German brand. And so these are gray topped. They have the labels with them. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So this is what they look like close up. They have those little snap tops. And they have all these different sizes. So, super excited because I feel like this is like a complete set. We'll have all the different sizes that I need. And there's enough labels here that you can label and relabel. So, it has really good ratings. They're almost 5-star ratings. Overall, for like all of these for $56, I thought that was really good. They're stackable, obviously. So they should work really well in the pantry to organize everything. So yeah, so there's that. Then, okay, so there's these little scoops that there's different size ones to go in the different size containers. There's also these step shelves for cans and for spices. And then these are the bamboo storage bins that I was talking about for potatoes and onions. And I did read that you're supposed to keep your potatoes and onions separate because apparently the onions produce a type of gas that can cause your potatoes to rot, which I never knew that. And then there's these spice containers that I'm looking at, and I like those, but I think I might end up buying these down here because these actually have different sized shakers, and I like that fact because depending on what type of spice you have, you might be able to get it to come out of the container if they're all made exactly the same. So this one has different options for how you can place the shaker so that you'll be able to get anything out. So there's that. Then there's these little ones, you've probably seen these before, that you can put on any magnetic surface, and we have a stainless steel fridge. So I was thinking that some of my smaller spices, I would just put in those on the fridge because that's really close to where I work when I'm cooking. So I thought that would be really handy. So that's basically what I'm looking at. And I'm going to buy as much of it as I can this month. And then if I need to come back and buy more things later on, I will. So yeah, that's the plan, and I'm super excited. I can't wait to see how this pantry is going to look when I have everything in uniform containers. I think it's going to look so nice and be so much easier to use. I have a big flour container and a big sugar container from Tupperware that I'm going to keep because I really like them. So there's no need to change those over to something newer because they're still in really good shape. So I'm going to fill up my flour container. Need to buy more sugar, so I'll put that on my list for next time. have these smaller ones, which you actually prefer this size to this size, but this is what I have left. So I'm gonna try to make do with what I have right now. Put this coconut flour in here, and so I can get a label, I'm gonna leave the bag in it so that I can tell what it is. This bag is like in a little bit better shape and cleaner, so. I don't think it's all gonna fit in here. Maybe it will. Yes, just barely. Top on. Another feature that I really like about these is the fact that all of the lids are the same size. So your containers are different heights, but all the lids are the same size, so that means they stack easily, and it also means that you don't have to go searching for the right lid for the right container. So there's my coconut flour. And then, so I got breadcrumbs. I want, let's see if these will fit in here. So here is my updated pantry for now. It's going to continue to evolve, but you can see pastas, dried beans, rice, crackers. Up here, baking, dry goods, brown sugar, powdered sugar in the back, walnuts, breadcrumbs, bulgur wheat, coconut flour, baking chips, sugar, coconut flakes, gluten-free flour, and I have all of my spices neatly arranged on the 3-step. I have some Crisco sticks over here, my jarred and bottled things, my canned foods. Up here I have cinnamon sticks, more room for nuts, which I need to fill. My couscous I just slid over here because it fits there for now. Might change that up later. But yeah, so that is the finished product for now. So much more organized. Got room for paper goods down here. I'm just very, very happy with it. So my pantry project is finished for now. I'm going to show you a few things that I have done since my last video clip and just give you an idea of what I'm planning in the future. So let's take a look on the inside here. So as you saw before, my baking things are up here at the top. I have added a few things that I was able to purchase from the store. So those are up there now. I still do have some empty containers that I'm going to work on with my grocery budget over the next couple of months, a little at a time. But the big change down here is my spices. I absolutely love these spice containers that I purchased. I'll put a link down below. There were so many stickers. I'll be able to repurpose these spice containers for later if I want to use new stickers, or I can just get more of the containers and use the stickers that I have. but everything fits so nicely on these shelves now that I have all of them in the same size containers. So those are set up there, and it just looks like so much more organized just to have even neat rows of containers. I could fit a lot more. I think I showed you before the Lazy Susan for my smaller bottled items, and then I just put my spaghetti sauce up here. These are extra labels that go with my larger containers, like these size, in case I want to change them out or if I get more. And then that funnel is actually what I used for this. It came with the set of spice containers, so it made it really simple to decant everything. Down here, my potatoes and onions, I am going to be purchasing an organizer, the one that I showed you earlier, the bamboo organizer with separations for those two things so that they won't interfere with each other. But that's going to happen a little bit later. I'm still using this for paper towels, cups, napkins, paper plates, paper bags, all those kinds of things right now. So that's working really well. I moved a few of my smaller containers over here, and you can see that I have some things to buy, some nuts, but you know, that can come later on with time. I decided that my couscous fit really well over here, and I just put some extra Crisco sticks over here. And then these are my spices that I purchased through Thrive Market and some of the things that I had left over from HelloFresh that just kind of organized down here in this little container that I repurposed from the refrigerator when I cleaned it out. So that's it. That is the current status of the pantry, and I am absolutely loving it. Already I'm finding that it's so much more efficient for cooking, and I'm just really, really happy with the way that it turned out. So that's it, folks. Thanks for hanging in with me for the whole process, and I will update you in my other videos as time goes on, any little changes that I make that I find useful. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope it inspires you to get organized in your space so that you can take control of your cooking routines and your organization in your kitchen, be more efficient, and feel like you want to cook again. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. As always, don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Bye-bye.